a bit more insight real quick. So during the game, Joel Embiid suffered an injury. Um, and the injury came at a point in the game where this team is up. I think they're like up 29,
Mm.
29 points. And Joel Embiid suffered an overload fracture. He and there's an update to his injury now. He was at first he was ruled out indefinitely with the fracture,
Mm.
but uh, based on recent reports that came out today, he's eyeing in a game 3 return. So yeah, he's eyeing a game 3 return based on, and he has to clear concussion protocols as well because he suffered a concussion.
Yeah.
So we have to see what that would be like, but that's the update right now. And I just want to talk about the fact, why were they in the game? Why was he in the game? Up 29. It's in the fourth. I think it was like about 5 minutes left, something like that. I would have taken them out. I don't know. I don't know. The Sixers won the game. I'm glad, but this is another reason why you have to get rid of these series early. It should have been a sweep. That's what I call for. If you swept them, you have to worry about this mess. But you didn't sweep them. But for real though, they should have won. They should have got it done in game 5 though. For real,
Yeah.
they should have
For
got
sure.
it done in game 5
Yeah, for sure.
at home. And man, so I don't know. Am I wrong with that? Shouldn't Doc have pulled them out? They're up 29.
I mean, ideally, when you're up almost 30 points in the fourth, yeah, like the game is and it's late. It's like 5 minutes left in the game. You're probably secure and ideally you probably want to take them out, but sometimes that doesn't happen. I remember years ago with Derrick Rose being in the game for his first ACL injury, and I don't think that they leave him in there on purpose. But to be fair, injuries can strike at any time, whether it's beginning or the end of the game.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, ideally, I wouldn't have him in there. But I don't think that, the coaches the rotation was so like to the T at that point that they were like, oh, let's get him out. And they may have been on the way to get him out. It just is like a unfortunate timing, I feel like.
Yeah, it's definitely unfortunate. It's just, I'll say this though. The only reason I can see you keep him in is if you want to keep there's more chemistry going. You see, Embiid is having a great game. James is having a great game. So maybe you just want to get some more chemistry with that because, again, James Harden joined late in the season via trade. So maybe just trying to get some more gel, get some more chemistry to flow. I can understand that.
Yeah.
But at the same time, Embiid was having a great season, like not missing so many games due to injury. So at some point, you probably want to weigh. There are pros and cons to it. You know, you're in the playoffs. You want to make sure you're as healthy as possible, especially when you're going to a tough round in the next series.
Yeah.
But with a really good team. So I don't know, man. But I think I would have taken him out at that point. It's like fourth quarter, 5 minutes left. I'd rather have Joel Embiid available for the first 2 games than him missing 2.
Yeah.
So with that being said, let's say Embiid is out, right, indefinitely. How far you think the Sixers can go without Embiid?
They don't get out of this round without Embiid. It just doesn't happen. And it's not. I'm not to be biased. They're going up against Miami, and regardless of if it was them or not, your best player has been the engine of the team. If you take Joel out, especially with how Harden has been, Tobias Harris and Tyrese Maxey are going to give you some points, but will they be able to lock it in and secure a win for you consistently on a night to night basis? And I don't see that happening. Do I feel like they can win a couple of games? Yeah. Especially if James Harden is what he was in that last game. But who's to say he's not going to go back to concert date James Harden? because his shooting has been poor to say the least, and he hadn't been the same player. So I don't really see them making it further past this round. Maybe still a game or two without Embiid. I think if they have Embiid, they can at least go 6 to 7 games for sure. But that also depends on if Joel is able to come out and be Joel with now 2 injuries, with the thumb and the orbital fracture, which I think he had maybe a couple years ago in the playoffs as well. And that's, to me, I may be thinking of this wrong, but that sounds like a pretty scary injury, because he's a big guy. He's gonna get swiped at. He's gonna get fouled. He's gonna get banged. It's gonna be physical, especially like Miami, just regardless of who it is. So that is that may be a decision they want to consider wisely with the future of the franchise. So, but how bad going through a lot of stuff.
No,
they don't go far without Joel. They don't go out of this round for sure.
Yeah, I don't think they can go far without Joel Embiid. And it really is still Joel Embiid's team. I know we saw one good game from James Harden, but
just one.
Is that going to be consistent? I don't really know. I don't think they can get past the series for sure. We'll make predictions soon, but I don't really think they can go past without Joel Embiid.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really hard to see that. So yeah, but I think we both agree. I think we both said we agreed that we would probably take him out at that point. Right?
Yeah, ideally you want to have him out, but just real quick before we move on.
Yeah. With
the Embiid being in late in the game, it is a playoff, and like you said, I think you hinted at the point that coaches might want to just build up some chemistry or see different situations and rotations where I probably don't play Joel with Reed or whoever that the other big is often.
All right.
So maybe especially as the playoffs go on and injuries happen and just need to rejuvenate and figure out what works for this matchup. The coach might want to see who how this looks together. So I don't really condemn him for having him in there, but ideally, yeah, you probably want to rest him, especially with Joel having injury history and just general. He's got to carry the load for if you want to go to the finals. He's got to carry it all the way there, and it's just entering